Jacob is the beginning of a new world, and Esau rulership was to be the end of a world. All right, I want to give all praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakah Quadash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS. Salutations to the men, women, and children in the house of David, by Yahweh. All right, getting straight into it. Malachi 1:3. It says, "And I hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness." Now, when you look in the word heritage, it says the property that is or may be inherited, an inheritance, a birthright. So Esau is Jacob's brother, all right, in which he cried for a blessing to the father Isaac. And he was given to live by the sword and the fatness and the dew. But that rulership of the earth that he was given, all right, that heritage was going to be waste. It was actually going to be, he was going to be the king of the sewage planet, the king of the dump. The reason why the society sucks so bad is because this is his rulership. He couldn't have a flawless rulership. So, you think in your head, man, why the food couldn't be better? Why the plants couldn't be better? Why we can't eat more fresh? Well, that's because that you're thinking about Jacob's rulership. When the planet will be new, as it's speaking Revelations, a new heaven and a new earth, where everything will be renewed, fresh. But we're at the end. We're dealing with the end rulership. See, when the Most High said that Esau would be the end of the world, he literally gave him a rulership, an end world rulership, literally. I'm going to make you ruler over a situation if it will be the end of the world. And so this is why there's genetically modified foods. This is part of his rulership. He has to feed his own nation modified foods. They're printing 3D printing food out. This is a sucky rulership, and we're going through a hell in it. But this was fair for what the Lord did. Like, all right, I'm gonna give you a rulership. Isaac gave him, all right, I'm gonna give you a blessing. I'm gonna give you a rulership. Don't worry. But here, you're gonna get the sewage of it. You're gonna get the most crappy rulership in the world. And Jacob, on the other hand, is gonna get the clean rulership, the right one. All right, so this is why we see GMOs. Let's just scroll through different situations, man. The coral reefs says inside the search for killer coral reefs. Coral reefs are dying. Sarah Davies wants to know why. All right, so the whole coral reef, which is important for the ecosystem in the sea, is dying off. Under this man's rulership. Now, it was only designed to be that way again, because he would have to rule a dump place. And so this is why you see, check this out. A Planet Plastic. How big oil and big soda kept a global environment calamity a secret for decades. This was supposed to happen to represent that wasted away is he. This was supposed to happen. Look at cows. They're grazing. This is things we don't see, okay? Cattle grazing in Indonesia for decades. For decades. America has exported plastic waste, our dirty little secret, one executive calls it. In Indonesia, this is how it looks. This is what the cows are grazing. They're grazing through dumps. You got to give him his space, because this shit is his. I don't want no parts of this. Trust, you do not want no parts of Esau rulership. It is bad. There's oil all in the sea. There's oil all over the place. There's plastic all over the damn place. The food is all defiled. All right, the air has barium in it, you know, through chemtrails. You'll question yourself like, damn, why is it like this? Because it has to represent the end. Like he said that. Let's get that, man. Let's get that. But just reading this alone. And his heritage wastes for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Like, don't worry, we're gonna build this sewage place up. We're gonna hook it all up. We're gonna deck it out with technology. We're gonna make sure of it. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. And they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord hath indignation of forever. Oh, they're trying to repatch up the society. They're trying to fix the society. They're trying to fix global food crisis and this crisis and pollution and all these things. But you can't fix what was meant to be your rulership. Your rulership was meant to be a dump. You cannot fix that because you are meant to be you're meant to rule a dump. All right, let's get this in Isaiah real quick. Isaiah 24:4, the earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth. All right, the world languisheth, the people languish. All right, listen, man, you was meant to have the aunts and uncles who talk like this. Hey, if you got one of those, that was meant to happen. It had to be the state of the people. Jake looking burnt out, smoked out, all low. He had to rule a state where the world was languishing, where the world fucking just look weak, look always tired, but just look drawn out, like through. That's the rulership he was supposed to have. That's the rulership. The people had to look like that. The animals had to look like that. The oil had to be dumped out. The plastic had to be poured out. Right? The trees, the Amazon forest, it had to be deforested. It had to be like that. You see, the earth mourneth. The earth had to be crying, mourning in a sad way, and fadeth away. The world languisheth. The world. And fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. Let's just look up that word, languish. To be weak. To be exhausted. To droop. Everybody just look like they drooping, dragging their feet. Just dragging themselves. Feeble-minded individuals. They don't know how to talk. They just blow each other head off. All right? They're just throwing temper tantrums. Weak. The music is weak. People be talking like the rappers, you can hear it in their voice. But so you say, damn, like what the fuck, man? Like shit. But yo, this when you really like stop and think about it and pause, say this has to be Esau's rulership. That's why it's this way. It's not always going to be this way. This is representing your rulership, nigga. This is you. Reason why this situation is like this is because this is your rulership. This is what you want. That's what you got. This is your rulership. Verse 6, therefore have the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left. That's why. That's why the society is going to be destroyed. This is a dump, all right? A wasteland is meant to be burned all up, incinerated. And see, when you see his rulership, it comes with a lot of sicknesses. You say, damn, coronaviruses, bubonic plagues, black plagues, this type of plague, this disease, AIDS, STDs. Why? Like shit. Like you can't even hug a person. HPV, you touch somebody's hand through sweat, you could get human papillonian virus. Like, damn. You know, mad cow disease. I mean, you name it. You name it. E. coli and vegetables, you want to be a vegan? So you name it. And you sit down and you really digest that, like, wow. This whole shit is his. This is his. This is his. This is meant to be his. This is not mine. It's not yours. All right? This is not Israel's. This is Esau's rulership. This is his, man. A big dump place. America's was a beautiful society, but this was meant to be his, and this is reflecting him. It's reflecting him. All right. Genesis 25:30, and Esau said to Jacob, "Feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage. I am faint." Therefore was his name called Edom, because he was faint. That lets you know. So if this man was gonna have a rulership, it says red, but it is letting you know he was called Edom because he said, "I am faint. I am faint. I'm weak." So he was gonna have a weak world. People that was in it gonna be weak-minded. The food was gonna be weak. The trees was gonna be weak. They was gonna languish. The animals was gonna languish. They were gonna be defiled. This is what it had to be. Exhausted, weary, thirsty, languishing. See, it said, you know, they do languish over the inhabitants thereof. So who's the ruler? Because it says that in Sirach, you know, pretty much that everything will be as the king is. Sirach 10:3, unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, a city shall be inhabited. This is it. Sirach 10:2. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers, and what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. So when you see the people, this is a reflection of Esau's rulership. There's nothing else to blame. It's just to say, well, this is what an in-world rulership was supposed to be. All right, and this is reflection of him. When you see the state of the people, that, you know how the Lord Yahweh said, "When you see me, you see the Father." Well, when you see the state of the people, when you see the earth and everything, that's a reflection of who's the ruler. And the ruler is Esau, and this is his shit. He has to deal with this. Is his, and the Most High is going to burn it up, because that's what I said. This place shall be as Gehenna, which was a dump. They would dump animal carcasses and stuff. This is a dump. It's a wasteland. It's just so many mixtures of theories and philosophies. You know, it's all poison, man. It's exactly what it's exactly what the Lord said. I could not fix my any words up in my mind to elaborate further than what the scriptures say. And it says that what? And Esau said to Jacob, "Feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint." Therefore was his name Edom. So that's the state of the world we're going to be in. Faint, languishing, oil spills, the fish is dying, the trees is dying off, the food is weak, the minds of the people is weak. Everything's all just flabby and freaking bugged out. You know? Goofy and shit. It's just that's the state what it was gonna be in, man. All right. You know, and you know, as it said right here, The earth is devoured under the inhabitants thereof. Well, you know, because they, what it said, defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, and broken the everlasting covenant. All right, well, who was the covenant given to? Isaac, right? From Abraham. And what he broke it since then. This is Genesis 26 and 34. Esau was 40. Not only did he sell his birthright, right? But Genesis 26 and 34. And Esau was 40 years old when he took wife Judith, the daughter of Beeri Hittite, and Beshemath, the daughter of Elon the Hittite, which were a grief of mine unto Isaac and to Rebekah. So he didn't listen to his parents then. You know them Edomites, man. They oh, listen. I hate you, Dad. You know that he didn't listen to his father then, right? He been transgressing the law since then, and continually been trusting. This is rough. You know, Esau, you got to look at this world. This is you. This is you. You can't say, oh, look at the black neighborhood or these what he called them, the S-hole countries, shithole countries. Let me see if I get that, man. But when you see that, you should see yourself. They only like that because you in rulership. I guarantee when the Most High set everything up, I guarantee you ain't going to see a country that's going to look like a dump. Trump's shithole countries are marked. Right. I referred to Haiti, El Salvador, an assortment of African nations as shithole countries. Right. That was back in 2008. Right. It's shorthand for a racist hierarchy. So that was 2018. Salaki, 2018, where that references was made. But who has them all those countries in subjection? Who's the ruler of this world? You know, I hope I'm making sense. I hope this is clear. And you know, for Jake, for us, and what made me to spark this was actually looking at this video right here. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. And seeing that part in Revelations 21:1, and I saw a new heaven and a new earth for the first time. And this was going to represent Jacob's rulership. For the first heaven and first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. Yeah, that's Esau's rulership. The first heaven and first earth passed away. He got the dump one. He got the end of the world one. He got the one that was a damn wasteland. All right. And Jake is going to, you know, Jacob representing the so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, those in captivity, right? They're going to get the proper rulership. They're going to get one where the fruit's going to grow. Because in the ancient world, in the book of Numbers, the fruits, they said the grapes, it took 2 men to carry a cluster of grapes. Could you imagine how big those grapes were? That it took 2 men to carry a cluster? You know, a cluster is just like a group of grapes in itself, but it took 2 men to carry that. You can carry a cluster of grapes on your pinky here. So, you know, I know that's not fathomable in your mind because you can't see that. But imagine 2 men, strong, mighty men, carrying 2 cluster grapes, huge grapes. They literally needed to use all their might to carry this cluster. All right, and now we in this state where you could carry them on your damn pinky, man. And that is his. This is what he has to deal with. This has nothing to do with you. This has nothing to do with me. This is his rulership, and we have one to come. 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. It says, and he said unto me for Abraham, 2nd Ezra 6 and 8, and he said unto me for Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. Verse 9, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. For Esau is the end of the world. So seeing him in power will mean that that's the end of the world. And when you watch movies, you see the end of the world, look like shit is all fucked up, you know, burning, you know, just famines and, you know, lack of resources and things are all broken down and defiled. Well, that's to represent his rulership. For Esau is the end of the world. All right. That's why it's like this. That's a part of his rulership. That's what he was given. And Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. When you think of something in the beginning, it's fresh and new. Even like a relationship, you know, it's like fresh, it's new. Everything is always exciting. And that's what Jacob's rulership is going to be. Like everything's always fresh and new and like, wow, and whoa. And, you know, Esau is like, his rulership is like an end of a relationship. Like, you're just tired of it. I don't want to be around it no more. Oh, it's disgusting. Oh, boy, you're annoyed. You know, but Jacob was his was gonna in the beginning, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed. And Jacob was gonna rule after. All right, and it was he was gonna have the beginning, you know, of that new world. Okay, it's on the same planet Earth. All right, but it will be renewed. All right, it will be refreshed through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. You know. So with that being said, I want to give all praise to Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai, by Shem Rakak Wadash, the one is the apostles of GMS, low one is edifying Shalom.